Welcome back to News Tonight. Now, the death of an Ayyappa devotee has turned controversial after the family alleging that his death is connected to the Mullaiperiya Rao. Sundaravelu, a daily wage worker from Annanagar in Chennai, had gone to Kerala in a group of 80 people to visit the Ayyappa temple in Sabrimala. He reportedly went missing from his group. He was found having an argument over the Mullaiperiya issue at a local tea shop in the area. The allegation is that a few locals poured hot water over him, as a result of which he suffered severe third-degree burns. He was immediately admitted in the Kollam Government Hospital and was later shifted to KMC Hospital in Chennai, but he eventually succumbed to his injuries and died on 15th morning. His relatives say that they have filed a case in the KMC police station. The family suspects that Sundaravelu was attacked after the reported arguments over the Mullaiperiya Dam between some Malayalis and himself. They say if action is not taken to find out more on what caused the 39-year-old to die, then they have no choice but to meet the Chief Minister. 13 murders in 14 days. That's the crime profile of Chennai since we stepped into 2012. The new year has got off to a violent start for the city police. The reasons for the murders range from robbery to marital disputes. Police have claimed to have solved 11 of the 13 cases reported from different parts of the city. The murder of a bank officer in Nungambakam and that of an unidentified man in North Chennai remains unsolved. Apart from these two murders, 3 cases of murder for gain in the year 2011 is yet to be cracked. Our crime correspondent Salim reports.
This year 2012 has started on a tough note for Chennai police, with 13 murders being committed in the first 14 days. On January 2nd, bank employee Sita Lakshmi was murdered in the bedroom of a house in Nungambakam. This was followed by a man murdering his wife and daughter in Ambattur on January 5th. The next day, another man killed his wife in Kurukupet and a gang stabbed a man. On 7th January, a caterer was stabbed during a drunken brawl in Keelpok. 3 murders rocked the city on 8th. That of an auto rickshaw driver in Thiruvanmayur, a murder in Madipakam and a part-time beautician in JJ Nagar. On the 14th, a man pummeled his wife to death with an iron rod. When NDTV-Hindu approached Chennai City Police on the deteriorating law and order situation, this is what the man in charge of law and order had to say.
The murders which have been reported, except for one case in which we suspect the involvement of some criminals, others have all been due to either some personal issues like the husband killing the wife or due to some illicit contact or suspecting the fidelity of the wife, and some petty quarrel. Some person in a drunken mood pushes somebody down and he falls against a door, sustains an injury, and later in the hospital he dies. So other than that, except for the one case in which we are working and we have some specific leads and we are confident that we will detect also. Other cases we can't term them as anything affecting the policing in the city.
Apart from these murders in 2012, 3 murder for gain cases are pending from 2011. The murder of 38-year-old Ranchitam, a resident of Nesapakam, was the third such incident of lone women at home being targeted for gain in the last 6 months in South Chennai. On 10th October, 65-year-old Parameshwari was found dead in a house in Kodambakam where she used to live alone. 3 gold chains went missing from the scene of the crime. While the Vadapalli police are closely working on clues for this case, there is little in terms of the lead from the Mambalam police to pursue in the double murder case in West Mambalam 6 months ago. 2 elderly sisters Jayalakshmi and Kamakshi were strangulated to death and valuables in the house on KR Koval Street were looted. All these 3 cases remain unsolved. In Chennai with Salim, Fawaz Jalil for NDTV Hindu.
It's the 4th day of the LPG strike and things haven't taken a turn for the better yet. Distributors say that cylinder stocks would last for the next 2 days, after which the situation would turn desperate. Some 4,000 transporters ferrying LPG cylinders from refineries to the oil plants in Bangalore are on a strike since Thursday, demanding higher transportation rates.
LPG carrying bulk transporters are on strike as it is. They are on strike from 12th onwards. But as it is, there is some stock available in the plant until it may long for 2 or 3 days. So if that strike continues for more than 3 or 4 days, there will be definitely shortage of supplies will be there. So we hope oil companies are on the verge of talking to the transporters. So we hope they may conclude this strike as early as possible. So if they are not doing so, there will be definitely there is going to be a shortage.
ஏற்கனவே இந்த ஸ்ட்ரைக் எல்லாம் இருக்கிறதுனால வந்து ரொம்ப கஷ்டமா இருக்கு. கிரோசின் எல்லாம் கூட யூஸ் பண்ணி பண்ண முடியல. அதுவும் கொஞ்சம் கஷ்டமா தான் இருக்கு. 20 நாள் கழிச்சு நாங்க புக் பண்றோம். அது 30 நாள் கழிச்சே வருது. ஹோட்டல்ல கூட வாங்கி எல்லாம் சாப்பிட முடியல. சோ அப்படியே அட்ஜஸ்ட் பண்ணி இருக்கோம்.
Well, it's that time of the year again. People across the country have begun to rack their heads about the upcoming Union Budget 2012. As part of our special segment, Dear Finance Minister, we decided to speak to few citizens and find out what's on their wish list for Pranab Mukherjee. Today, we get a glimpse of what some people expect from the budget.
Incredible India boasts the Indian Tourism Ministry. Atithi Devo Bhava, it says, and welcomes its guests. But the Union Budget 2011 hasn't complemented the tourism in India, says tour operators in India. Indian tourism is become more costlier than tourism in other Asian countries, they lament. Here is what a tour operator in Chennai has to say to his dear Finance Minister.
Here are a few points which I would like to make regarding the tourism sector, which has affected our business to a considerable extent. One is the service taxation. Service tax is levied on all our products, irrespective of the type of service that a travel agent gives a foreign tourist who travels within India. Second is the transportation cost. With the increase of petrol in more than 12 times in India over the last 1 year, the cost of transportation has risen dramatically. Number 3 is the cost of products in different areas. That is, the hospitality industry is facing by way of commodities, as well as transportation of goods, food items, as well as other services which have gone up, including the airline industry, which has suffered an increase in various aspects. Why are you taxing a person when he is providing a service? Why this service tax? When a person gives service, he should be complimented or given benefits rather than taxing him. Why are you taxing a person who is giving service? A person who is not giving a service should be taxed. That is our point of view.
The tourism sector says, we provide service, why do you tax us for that? In precise, the message to the finance minister is make Indian tourism cost effective and make India tourist friendly.
The Nilgiris district administration swung into action to remove the newly erected solar-powered fences around 72 illegal cottages and private islands in the Sigur Plateau in the Nilgiris that have been declared as Elephant Corridor. This follows the strong directions by the Madras High Court on the matter last week. The High Court had passed serious strictures to the government on the matter. 46 such cottages had removed the fences on their own, while the remaining 26 had to be removed by the authorities today. Elephant Corridor is a contentious issue in this part of the state, with claims and counterclaims by occupants. Today's action by the authorities is seen to send a strong message to the encroachers and other illegal occupants. Well, more news to follow. Stay tuned. It's time for a short break.